हम लोग चैप्टर नंबर 3 में 14, 15, 16 तीनों श्लोका आज हम लोग देखेंगे। अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञात् कर्म संभवा अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञात् कर्म संभवा अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञात् कर्म संभवा। Anybody from Mataji say? अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञात् कर्म समुद्भवः। प्रभु जी
हिंदी में पकड़ लीजिए। अन्नात् भवन्ति
भूतानि
पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा
पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो
यज्ञात् कर्म समुद्भवा
यज्ञात् कर्म समुद्भवा।
अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा
पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो
यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो
यज्ञात् कर्म समुद्भवा
यज्ञात् कर्म समुद्भवा। Thank you very much. See the translation. All living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yajna, sacrifice, and yajna is born from prescribed duties. We will see the explanation. I am not reading the purport. We will go into the explanation directly. So we will see the 15th shloka. Karma brahmad bhavoham karma brahmad bhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajne pratishtitam. Regulated activities are prescribed in Vedas, and Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, all pervading transcendence is eternally situated in acts of sacrifice. Evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartyamti hahyah aghayurindriyaramo mogham partha sajivite jivati. My dear Arjuna, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice thus established by the Vedas certainly leads a life full of sin. living only for the satisfaction of the senses, such a person lives in vain. Okay? So, let us see first Mangalacharan and then we will go to the explanation. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padham Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Kundavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you very much. So welcome you all to the HSR Center today. So today we are going to learn a very interesting topic. So I'm sure you all will like today's topic. Before this particular verse, actually we are in Karma Yoga section. हम लोग कर्म योगा चर्चा कर रहे हैं. Yoga means connecting anything with Krishna is called yoga. Any process that connects us to Krishna is yoga. So when Krishna started explaining Karma Yoga, in the Karma Yoga, current section that he is explaining is about Karma Kanda. Generally we all do Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is something that we do for the material benefit. Okay, we all go to temples, we all do yajnas, we all do all types of vratas, so many things we do. This is all called Karma Kanda. But the essence of Bhagavad Gita is not Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is something that Krishna does not want all of us to follow. Karma Kanda is meant for certain type of people who are not up to Bhakti. भक्ति में जो आया नहीं है उनको कर्मकांडा चाहिए. मतलब हम लोग देवी देवता पूजा करते हैं और बहुत कुछ यज्ञ करते हैं, व्रत करते हैं, जो भी करते हैं, whatever we are doing, all this is called karmakanda. And karmakanda is done for demigods, devi devatas, not for Lord Vishnu, not for Krishna. So if you see the section just before we enter into the 14th verse, from the 14, 15, 16, it's an interesting topic. It's called divine cycle of yajna. We will understand what is the cycle of yajna. Before that, what Krishna was trying to tell was, he has given Devi Devatas to us. That means Krishna has created Devi Devatas. For what purpose? The Krishna, when he has created Devi Devatas, Devi Devatas are meant for benefiting us. And for us to get the benefit from Devi Devatas, we have to do sacrifice to them. We have to satisfy them. It is just like a shopkeeper. A shopkeeper is available. We go and give money and get whatever we want. Right? तो हम लोग 10 रुपया देके जो चीज़ें ले सकते हैं वो चीज़ें लेते हैं. हम लोग 10 रुपया लेके हमको किलो राइस चाहिए बोलेगा तो देगा? नहीं देगा. तो एक किलो राइस के लिए जितना पैसा देना चाहिए उतना पैसा देना चाहिए. और कोई लड़का जाके 10 रुपया देके मेरे को सिगरेट दे दो बोलेगा तो देगा. वो ये नहीं बोलेगा कि नहीं सिगरेट नहीं पी सकते, सिगरेट नहीं पीना है, पीना नहीं चाहिए, ऐसा बोलेगा कोई दुकान वाला? नहीं बोलेगा. ठीक है बेटा, आज 10 रुपया दे दो, सिगरेट ले लो और कल आ जाओ 20 रुपया लेके 2 सिगरेट दे दो, है ना? और एनकरेज करेगा, और सिगरेट पी लो, और पैसा लाओ, एनकरेज करेगा. तो हमको थोड़ा समझना है कि भगवान ये भौतिक लोक को सृष्टि किया है. He has created the whole universe. When he has created the whole universe, he has also created Devi Devatas for controlling this. That means the whole universe is part of Lord Krishna, and the Devi Devatas are also part of Lord Krishna. Devi Devatas are the limbs of Lord Krishna. Right? भगवान का अंग है, भगवान का अंग है देवी देवता. अगर भगवान का अंग है, भगवान ने क्या किया, इस देवी देवता को सृष्टि करके उन्होंने बोला कि सबको अपना अपना ड्यूटी दिया. इंद्र को एक ड्यूटी, चंद्र को एक ड्यूटी, सूर्य को एक ड्यूटी, वरुण, ऐसा. कितना देवी देवता है? 33 crores of देवी देवता are there. A prime minister, when he wants to expand his ministries, what he will do? He will give one ministry, communication ministry, foreign affairs, home ministry, different portfolios, and he will give it to different people. Why do prime minister require so many ministers? He can directly rule, right? He can directly rule, right? It is not possible. He has to delegate, and he has to assign a people for a particular portfolio, so that the governance is good. Otherwise, it is very difficult for taking care of all the roles, all the portfolios. And for us also, we need to understand for what purpose, where we have to go. Right? We go, right? Shani Puja for Shani Devata. What for we go? Shani Puja. What for we do Shani Puja? Monday we go to which temple? Some Devi Devata. Shiva temple. Tuesday? Hanuman temple. Wednesday? Ayappa temple. Ganesha temple. Thursday? Sai Baba. Friday? Lakshmi Devi. Saturday? Shani Dev. Sunday? भगवान इतना देवी देवता को दिया है हमको, है ना? हम इतना जगह में जाते हैं, इतना जगह में जाके हम लोग पूजा करके आते हैं. लेकिन भगवान इसलिए दिया है कि देवी देवता और मनुष्य एक दूसरों को कोऑपरेट करना है, गिव एंड टेक पॉलिसी. देवी देवतास आर गेटिंग बेनिफिटेड बाय अस एंड वी आर गेटिंग बेनिफिटेड बाय देवी देवतास. दिस इज द पर्पस भगवान ने देवी देवतास को दिया है. अगर हम लोग अच्छा पयस लोग हैं, मान लीजिए हम लोग बहुत अच्छा पुण्य कार्य किए हैं, कल हम भी देवी देवता बन सकते हैं. कल हम भी कोई और हमको भी पूजा करेगा, हमारे लिए भी एक मंदिर होगा, हमारे लिए भी एक वार होगा, एक वीक होगा. आई डोंट नो व्हिच इज दैट वीक, आई डोंट नो. इट मे बी मंडे टू सैटरडे, वन ऑफ द डे वी विल आल्सो बी वर्शिप वन डे, right? But only thing is you should be qualified to become Devi Devata. It may happen. All Devi Devatas are also become like that only. Those who are qualified, भगवान ने उनको देवी देवता का पोजीशन में स्थापित किया. तो भगवान क्या बोल रहे हैं? आप अगर देवी देवता को सेटिस्फाई करेगा, आपको जो भी चाहिए देवी देवता देगा. This is the nature. This is the law of nature. After you perform some puja, Devi Devata cannot say I cannot give you the benefit, because भगवान ने आज्ञा किया. He told you have to do this. और हमको भी करना चाहिए और देवी देवता को भी देना चाहिए. करने के बाद नहीं दिया तो you can appeal in the high court. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अपील कर सकते हैं, है ना? कृष्ण के पास आ सकते हैं. संडे संडे इधर इसलिए आ रहा है. शनिवार को मैंने शनि देवता के पास गया, मेरा इच्छा पूरी नहीं हुआ करके इधर आके कंप्लेंट करना है संडे को. दिस इज हाई कोर्ट, सुप्रीम कोर्ट. तो भगवान अभी एक इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक में आया है. उसमें भगवान क्या बोल रहे हैं कि एक यज्ञ का चक्र को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. इस यज्ञ चक्र में क्या बोल रहे हैं कि मनुष्य धान्य ग्रेन्स में डिपेंड होता है. वी डिपेंड ऑन द ग्रेन्स. हमको ग्रेन्स चाहिए. वी ईट ग्रेन्स, राइट, टू सर्वाइव. अन्ना भवन्ति भूतानि. भूतानि मीन्स द लिविंग एंटिटीज डिपेंड्स ऑन ग्रेन्स. अन्ना भवन्ति. अन्ना मीन्स food grains. So we depend on grains. But where from grains comes? Grains comes from the varsha, the rain. Grains are coming from the rain, and the rain is coming from the yajna. When you perform yajna, the rain will fall. When the rain comes, the grains will come, and we take the grains and we eat. But where is yajna coming from? Yajna is coming from the Veda mantras, the Vedas. The sacrifice means yajna. The yajna is coming from the Vedas. And where is Veda coming from? Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna से आ रहे हैं. So the cycle is like this. भगवान कृष्ण वेद को दिया है. वेद से विहित कर्म, प्रिस्क्राइब्ड ड्यूटीज आ रहे. प्रिस्क्राइब्ड ड्यूटीज से यज्ञ बन रहे. यज्ञ से वर्ष आ रहे. वर्ष से धान्य ग्रेन्स आ रहे और ग्रेन से हम लोग एंजॉय कर रहे हैं. दिस इज द साइकिल. कृष्ण से जो आया है हमारा तक पहुंच गया. हमको क्या करना चाहिए? एंजॉय करना चाहिए, वापस कृष्ण को देना चाहिए. इफ यू डोंट गिव इट बैक टू कृष्णा, then you are not completing the cycle. Those who are completing this cycle will get liberated. Those who are not completing this cycle will never get liberated. They will become karmis. They will live in this material world only forever. They keep getting the birth and death, very full of the death, death. So it is essential, it is necessary that we all should complete the yajna chakra, the cycle of sacrifice. That's why this is divine cycle. भगवान कृष्ण हमको इतना सारा दे रहे हैं, हम भगवान कृष्ण को क्या दे रहे हैं? कुछ भी नहीं दे रहे। इसलिए भगवान बोलता है 14 and 15 explains this whole cycle. I will show you the cycle. Here you see, Supreme Lord is giving Vedas, and Vedas are giving the prescribed duties, and the prescribed duties are giving yajnas, and यज्ञ से बारिश होता है, बारिश से food grains आते हैं, food grains will be taken by living entities. If we don't offer it back to Krishna, यहाँ पे अगर break हो गया, that means the cycle of yajna is not complete. So basically we have to offer back to Krishna. We have to offer back to Krishna. Anything that we are not offering to Krishna becomes a sin. That's why in the 16th verse, Krishna is telling those who don't complete this cycle, they are living waste. They are basically getting the sinful reactions. They are basically getting the sinful reactions. The karma bandhana. We are getting the karma bandhana. We will not be free from karma. That's why Krishna says in 3.9 what we have seen. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसंग समच्छरा. You act like yajna. You act like yajna. Yajna does not mean that you have a fire sacrifice, right? Generally we do fire sacrifice. You will have a yajna gunda and you will have a fire in it, and you will offer ghee and you will offer grains in it. This is only not yajna. Yajna means you are doing the activities as prescribed in Vedas for the satisfaction of Lord Krishna. That is called yajna. Your actions also can become yajna if you are acting for the satisfaction of Lord Krishna. Okay? That's why Kurukshetra war is an yajna, because that is performed for the satisfaction of Lord Krishna. So the battlefield is yajna gunda. The battlefield is yajna gunda. Arjuna is the one who is performing yajna, and enemies are the ahutis. And Arjuna's arrows are the spoon that is used to pour the ghee into the yajna gunda. So this is yajna. The prescribed duties are creating yajna. This is what we understand. Yajna is made of what? Prescribed duties. You can see here. Prescribed duties. Yajna is born of prescribed duties. It's not the fire sacrifice that we are talking about. In 4th chapter, there are different types of yajnas are explained. Different types of yajnas are explained. A Shudra can do yajna, a Brahmana can do yajna, a Kshatriya can do yajna, a Vaishya can do yajna. Any Varna can do yajna by doing the prescribed duties. And those prescribed duties are mentioned in Vedas. If you are acting in accordance with the Vedas, that becomes yajna. And Vedas never tell you not to offer to Lord. This yajna cycle is what explained in Vedas. If you don't offer it back to Krishna, that is not yajna. So that will create the bondage. Now people may say, those who don't believe in Krishna, those who don't believe in God, they may say, it's all science. What are you telling? If I perform yajna, the rain will come. What are you saying? It is not like that. Rain comes by science. Right? It's because of the science. A sunlight causes the water to evaporate, and it goes and forms as a cloud, and the cloud at a certain temperature will become rain. This is science. Right? Where is Krishna in it? But this is only half truth. We have to see full truth. If you don't see the full truth, whatever you are seeing, you consider it as a real, and you will be trapped. To understand this, you consider one game called billiards game. When the billiards game is played, a camera will be kept at a top view. Right? If you see in the movie, the players are not visible. Only the billiards board is visible, and there are balls, white ball and a red ball, some black balls. There are balls available. So there is a cue. A player uses the cue, and he will hit the white ball, and it will go and hit the other ball, and that ball will go and fall into the hole. But when you see this from the top view, you don't see the players. You will see like a white ball hit in a certain direction with certain force, and that will go and touch in a certain direction to the other ball, and that other ball will go into the hole. If the force reduces, the ball will not go into the hole. If the force increases, the ball will not go into the hole. This is science. But who is the person who is applying that force? Can we see that? We don't see that. So can the cue on itself push the ball? No. There is someone who is pushing the cue. And that push is a required push. Whatever the amount of force required, with that force, someone is pushing. Then only the ball is moving into the hole. In a certain direction again, not like how we want. So, as you understand billiards, if you see half only and you understand it half only. If you see it in a full context, then you will understand everything. So this whole nature is created by Krishna. Sun is a part and parcel of Krishna. Who is sun? Where from the heat is coming? We are saying sunlight is evaporating the water, and this water is becoming into the cloud, and the cloud is raining. This is half truth. But who is sun? Where from sun got the heat? This is a next level of truth that we don't even really bothered about. Then we talk about only science. Science is everything we say. Whatever they are saying is also truth, but at the same time there is a beyond what they are saying also there is a truth. So it is very important that we understand everything is happening because of Krishna. So we should be thankful to Krishna and grateful to Krishna. Right? We should be grateful to Krishna. That is the reason we offer back to Krishna. Now you may say, why Krishna is telling offer to do yajna to Devi Devatas. Right? He is telling perform yajna to Devi Devatas so that they will satisfy and they will give you what you want. Now this is karma kanda. Actually it is saying this is karma kanda. But those who don't understand Krishna as a supreme God, instead of leaving them, we have to make them engaged in something which keeps them in Sattva-guna. And once if they are in Sattva-guna and read the scriptures and hear the Krishna Katha, then they will easily understand and they can come back to Vishuddha Sattva-guna, which is Vasudeva Sthiti, and then they understand the Supreme God. If they don't even perform Karma Kanda, they cannot come to the Vishuddha Bhakti. That is the reason Karma Kanda was explained. So now we can say, okay, you are saying Karma Kanda is not recommended. Then what is recommended? The recommended is you offer to Krishna. If you offer to Krishna, is it equal to offering to Devi Devatas? Yes, it is equal to offering to Devi Devatas. Let's say you have body parts. You have hands, you have legs, you have all the body parts. Every body parts require energy. For us, for every body part to get energy, do you feed each part? Are we feeding each part? Hand requires energy so that I can lift something. So that I will feed 1 kilo rice to hand. What will happen? That is not the right way of offering to the limbs of the body. So whom should we offer? We should offer to our stomach. पेट को खाना देना है, तभी बॉडी में सारा पार्ट्स को एनर्जी मिलता है ना। एंड इन द सेम अनदर एनालॉजी, अगर पेड़ को पानी देना है, पेड़ को पानी देना, क्यों पानी देते हैं पेड़ को? पेड़ को पानी देंगे तो वो फ्रूट्स देगा, है ना, फ्लावर्स देगा, फ्रूट्स देगा। हमको फ्लावर्स और फ्रूट्स चाहिए। फ्लावर्स कहाँ पे मिलता है? ब्रांचेस में मिलता है। फ्रूट्स कहाँ पे मिलता है? ब्रांचेस में मिलता है। तो हम जाके पानी ब्रांचेस को, लीव्स को, फ्रूट को देंगे तो क्या होता है? पेड़ का क्या होगा? सूख जाएगा। तो पानी किधर देना चाहिए? जड़ में देना चाहिए पानी। अगर पानी जड़ में देंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली ब्रांचेस, लीव्स, फ्रूट्स, एवरीथिंग विल नरिश। In the same way, if you offer to Krishna, all Devi Devatas will be satisfied. You don't have to go Monday to Shiva temple, Tuesday to Hanuman temple, Wednesday to Ganesh temple, Thursday to Baba temple, Friday to Lakshmi Devi, Saturday to Shani temple. You don't have to go these many temples. I forgot.
Sunday is sufficient.
Sunday is sufficient. Right? Sunday Krishna temple is sufficient. So you may say, prove sir, prove Prabhu. How is it equal? Offering Krishna is equal to offering to 33 crores of demigods. See, if you want to satisfy demigods, see, we all are living on demigods. I'm saying, without demigods we cannot survive. And there is no one demigod. There are 33 crores demigods. And if you have to satisfy the demigods, 33 crores demigods are required. That means whatever the week 7 days available are not sufficient. So you need 33 crore dates in which you can go to 33 crore Devatas temples and offer and satisfy them. Is it possible for anyone to satisfy 33,000 crores demigods? You may say, Prabhu, I am an ordinary human being. I can do whatever I can do. I will only worship 7 Devi Devatas in 7 days and I cannot offer rest of them. So in that process, you worship Indra and you don't worship Chandra. Or you worship Chandra and you don't worship Surya. What happens? Surya Bhagwan says, ये बंदा मेरे को वर्शिप नहीं कर रहे हैं, ये जाके इंद्रा को वर्शिप कर रहे हैं, मैं देख लूंगा इसका, मैं करूंगा इसका ऐसा हालत ताकि वो अगली हफ्ता मेरे पास आएगा। बाकी देवी देवता क्या गलत किया? कुछ गलत किया? अगर हमको वर्शिप करना है तो 33,000 देवी देवता को वर्शिप करना है। इससे अच्छा है 33,000 देवी देवता वर्शिप इज इक्वल टू वर्शिपिंग कृष्णा। वर्शिपिंग कृष्णा। एक बार पांडवास वनवास कर रहा था। पांडवास वनवास में है। एक्चुअली पांडवास में युधिष्ठिर महाराज जो है, उनके पास जो भी ब्राह्मण आएगा उनको खाली हाथ नहीं भेजेगा। जो भी आएगा उसको पेट भर की खाना देगा, उसको जो चाहिए वो देगा। वो खाना भी कैसे सर्व करेगा? गोल्ड प्लेट में सर्व करेगा। गोल्ड प्लेट में खाना सर्व करेगा। और जो ब्राह्मण आएगा गोल्ड प्लेट में जो खाना है खाएगा, गोल्ड प्लेट बैग में रख के चला जाएगा। गोल्ड प्लेट उधर ही रखेगा नहीं है, हम लोग वापस क्लीन करके दूसरा ब्राह्मण आएगा तो लगेगा, ऐसा नहीं है। गोल्ड प्लेट भी तुम्हारा है, खाना भी तुम्हारा है। युधिष्ठिर महाराज ऐसा करता था, दान। जो भी आएगा उसको ना नहीं बोलता है। तो दिस इज weakness or maybe this is the strength of Yudhishthira Maharaj, you can say. So जब ये लोग वनवास कर रहे हैं, वनवास में कहाँ से आता है गोल्ड प्लेट? कहाँ से आता है खाना? नहीं आता है ना। तो ये लोग जब वनवास कर रहे हैं, these people are eating the whatever is available, food grains, whatever is available, maybe potato or sweet potato or whatever is available in forest, right? They are eating that and they are living. उस टाइम पे दुर्योधन ने एक छाल किया है। दुर्योधन ने बोला दुर्वास मुनि को, आप पांडवास के पास जाके आप उनसे आतिथ्य ले लो. You take you go as a guest to Pandavas. When you should go? You should go after they finish their dinner or after they finish their lunch, not before. Actually, Durvasa Muni was pleased by Duryodhana due to some reason. He did a great service to Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni agreed for fulfilling the wish of Duryodhana. पांडवास का पास एक अक्षय पात्र है. पांडवास के पास एक अक्षय पात्र है. जितना भी लोग आएगा उसको खाना खिला सकता है. But that अक्षय पात्र performs its duty only before they finish their eating. अगर एक बार पांडवास ने खाना खाया है, द्रौपदी भी खाना खाया है, इसके बाद अक्षय पात्र काम नहीं करेगा. तो इसलिए दुर्योधन को यह बात पता है. दुर्योधन ने बोला आप पांडवास के पास जाके वो लोग खाना खाने के बाद आप जाओ और आतिथ्य ले लो. उस टाइम पे अगर वो आतिथ्य नहीं दिया तो दुर्वास मुनि तो एंग्री मैन है, ही विल कर्स, शाप करेगा. तो ये करवाना चाहता है दुर्योधन ने. तो उस टाइम पे दुर्वास मुनि अकेला नहीं गया. दुर्वास मुनि का 1,00,000 शिष्य है. 1,00,000 शिष्य, 1,00,000 शिष्य को लेके पांडवास के पास गया है. Just imagine a school with 100 students. How the school will be? A school with 300 students. How much difficulty to manage the students? But Durvasa Muni has a school with 1,00,000 students. 1,00,000 students, and everybody is disciplined. दुर्वास मुनि के पीछे जाता है. दुर्वास मुनि जो बोलता है वो करता है. कोई भी एक बात पे दुर्वास मुनि से आगे नहीं बोलता है. वैसा 1,00,000 शिष्य के साथ दुर्वासा मुनि पांडवास के पास गया है. पांडवा ने बोला आप आया है तो आतिथ्य तो देना है. He has to welcome, they have to welcome, and they welcome. दुर्वासा मुनि ने बोला हमारा 1,00,000 शिष्य गण आया है, आप खाना अरेंजमेंट करो. तब तक वो लोग खाना खाया है तो खाना अरेंजमेंट करो. हम लोग जाके नहा के आएंगे गंगा में. हम जब तक नहा के आएंगे गंगा से तब तक खाना रेडी. तो उसका उन्होंने तो खाना खाया है, पूरा बर्तन विर्तन सब कुछ धो के रख दिया है. फिर कुछ भी खाना नहीं है तो अक्षय पात्र भी काम नहीं करेगा. तो जब तक दुर्वासा मुनि आएगा तब तक अरेंजमेंट करना है. तो द्रौपदी ने उसमें जो बचा हुआ एक ग्रेन जो है उसको लॉर्ड कृष्णा को ऑफर कर दिया. उस टाइम पे लॉर्ड कृष्णा आया है. बोला क्या हो गया, ऐसा दुर्वासा मुनि आया है, उसको खाना अरेंजमेंट करना है, हमारे पास अभी खाना नहीं है, राइस भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. तो कृष्णा बोलते देखो उसमें कुछ है क्या. उसमें है एक दाना, एक दाना है. उसको कृष्णा को दिया है. कृष्णा उसको मुंह पे ले लिया है. पूरा ब्रह्मांड संतृप्त हो गया है, पूरा ब्रह्मांड. और दुर्वासा मुनि और इसका शिष्यगण जो है गंगा में जो नहा रहे उन लोगों को भी पेट भर गया. देवी देवता का भी पेट भर गया. पूरा ब्रह्मांड में जितना भी लोग हैं उन सबका पेट भर गया है. क्योंकि कृष्णा सेटिस्फाई हो गया. उस एक दाना से कृष्णा सेटिस्फाई हो गया, इसलिए पूरा ब्रह्मांड सेटिस्फाई हो गया. दुर्वासा मुनि वापस पांडवास के पास आके बोला हमारा पेट भर गया है आपका आतिथ्य से. हम खाना भी नहीं खाया फिर भी भर गया. अगर आप अभी हमको खाना देंगे तो अभी हम खा नहीं पाएंगे, उतना पेट भर गया है. तो इसलिए हम खाना नहीं खा पाएंगे करके वो लोग वहां से चले गए. ठीक है. सो दिस पर्टिकुलर एपिसोड says that if you satisfy Krishna, it is equal to satisfying all Devi Devatas. There is no difference between satisfying all the Devi Devatas and Krishna satisfying. And at the same time, if you see Sudama was having nothing, and he was not able to feed his family also. And he wanted to go to Krishna and meet him because Sudama is a friend to Krishna. And he went with one mutta puffed rice. Puffed like rice लेके चला गया. और उस puffed rice को कृष्णा को ऑफर किया. कृष्णा ने सब कुछ दे दिया सुदामा को. 100% इसके पास जो है वो दे दिया कृष्णा को. कृष्णा भी उसको जितना चाहिए उतना से ज्यादा दे दिया. This is Krishna. मतलब you don't have to worry about what will, Monday God says, Tuesday God says if I don't go. He may curse me. He may not be happy with me. We don't have to worry because he will be very happy if you go to Krishna temple. In fact, when you go to the Devi Devatas temple, they themselves will think, how long this guy will keep coming to my temple? When will God give him the required knowledge so that he will go to Krishna temple? We ourselves are the devotees of Krishna because Krishna said Devi Devatas are a part and parcel of my body. They are the limbs of my body. So a fool only will offer water to the flowers instead of offering to the roots. So even flower thinks, how many water you will pour on me? Pour on the roots, otherwise I will dry. Right? So since even you are giving a water to fruit or a flower or a branch or a flower or a fruit will say, don't offer the water to me, go and offer to the roots so that I will get energy. In the same way, Devi Devatas also gets energy. That's why when you offer in the yajna, the part of the offerings will go to the Devi Devatas. Every Devi Devata will equally get all the offerings. You don't have to explicitly go to each Devi Devata and offer. Offer back to Krishna is called yajna. Nothing else is yajna. And we will take some examples of devotees who have performed real yajna, not karmakanda yajna. We will also take some examples of karmakanda yajna. Prudha Maharaj. Prudha Maharaj is a great personality. He is we can say Shakti Avesa avatar of Lord. Prudha Maharaj. He does lot of yajnas. In fact, there is no one in this earth planet. The name of this earth, Prithvi, came from the name Prudha. Prudha Maharaj se Prithvi karke aaya hai. Before Prudha Maharaj, the king was Venaraj, ruling the whole, earth planet. And the Venaraj was a cruel king. He does not want anybody to worship Lord Krishna. And he asked all Brahmanas to worship himself. And any yajna is performed that should be performed to satisfy Vena king. No pious activities. Anybody is worshipping any Devi Devata, anybody is worshipping Lord Krishna or Vishnu, he will go and kill them, cut their head. That is the kind of Vena. Like how, if you are walking on a road and on that road if a big elephant comes, how much scared you are? An elephant or a lion coming, how much scared you are? What will we do? If a lion is coming on the way you are leaving, you are walking, तो एक बड़ा लाइन आया है तो क्या करते हैं हम लोग? भाग जाते ना. वेणराज आ रहे तो ऐसा भाग जाता है लोग. किंग वेणा आ रहे तो ऐसा भाग जाता है. कोई भी अगर वेणा को देख के अगर नमस्कार नहीं किया तो उसका हेड चॉप हो जाएगा. लोग डरता है मुझ में ये आदमी क्या गलती देख के मेरे को मारेगा, पता नहीं. मैं नमस्कार किया तो भी अगर वो मानेगा नमस्कार नहीं किया मार डालेगा. तो इसलिए वेणा के सामने कोई खड़ा नहीं रहता है. सब भाग गया. तो वैसा आदमी जो यज्ञ नहीं कर रहे हैं उसकी वजह से क्या आया है? शॉर्टेज आ गया है. नो बारिश, कोई क्रॉप नहीं आ रहा है, ग्रेन्स नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. यज्ञ ना करने की वजह से कुछ भी नहीं है. पूरा अनावृष्टि बोलते हैं ना, सूखा पड़ा है, पूरा सूखा पड़ा है. तो उस टाइम पे सेजेस जो ब्राह्मण लोग हैं वो लोग आए हैं. आके उन्होंने बोला कि वेणराज को वार्निंग दिया है, यू आर डूइंग रॉन्ग, द होल द किंगडम इज सफरिंग बिकॉज ऑफ यू, यू हैव टू परफॉर्म यज्ञ. Then he says, who the hell you are to tell me? You have to worship me. Instead you are coming and asking me to worship Lord Krishna. Even Lord Krishna should come and worship me. I am the greatest person. Nobody should worship any other god, any other demigod. They should worship me. Then these Brahmanas killed the king. Brahmanas killed Vena king. The Brahmanas are so powerful, although they are not warriors, if the king is not performing as per the Shastras, they can even kill king. That is the position of Brahmanas. King should rule as per the instructions of Brahmana, because Brahmanas will instruct as per Shastra. King should rule as per Shastra. If king is not ruling as per Shastra, he is a sinful person, and the people who are under his kingdom, in that kingdom also become sinful. That's why Brahmanas will interfere if things are going wrong. And in fact, if required, they will remove king and they will re-establish new king. That's the reason even the Kurukshetra war happened. Okay? So basically, the ruler also establishes some rules, right? Rules and regulations. When you are walking on the road, you should walk on the left side. And when there is a signal, you should stand. You should wait. Even if you are going by bike or you are going by car, there is a red signal, you should not go. What will happen if you cross the signal? You will be punished. You will be punished. A donkey is walking on the road and the donkey crosses the red signal. Does that mean we also can cross? A traffic police may not fine the donkey, but he will fine us. Right? He will fine us. That means there is a constitution and you have to follow the constitution. And a person who is not following the constitution is a punishable person. You may have to go to jail also for certain offenses that we do. In the same way, when the nature was created, when this universe was created, Krishna has given Vedas. And Vedas are teaching us how to live in this universe. Vedas are teaching us how to live in this universe. If you are not following the rules as mentioned in the Vedas, you will be punished as per the law of the nature. Law of the nature is so strict, so strict. If you do mistake, you will be punished. It is not like, crossing the signal when traffic police not seeing. You can cross the signal also without police seeing you, right? You will not be punished.
But you may get accident.
You may get accident. There are cases where you don't get accident also, you cross the signal, right? But the nature laws are not like that. Nature laws are so strict you cannot escape. It is not as good as escaping from traffic police. So strict. So the ruler has to inline his rules and regulations with Vedas. If Veda is telling something and the government is saying something else, and government says, okay, you can do this, it's not a punishable offense. But Veda is saying, no, it is a punishable offense. You may escape from this government, but you cannot escape from the Bhagavan. कृष्ण का गवर्नमेंट से आप एस्केप नहीं कर सकते. For example, nowadays abortion is not a offense, punishable offense. If you are killing a baby within the womb, it is not punishable offense as per the government law. As per the law, it is not punishable. If a baby has taken the birth and you kill, then you are a killer. You will be put in the jail also. But as long as the baby within the womb, even if you kill, you are not punished. But the fact is there is no difference. There is no difference whether the baby within the womb or outside the womb, you are a killer. You are a killer. You know, when the abortion, when the doctor is trying to do the abortion, he will send some instrument inside the womb and they will crush the baby. And while crushing the baby will try to escape also. But still they will crush and they will take out. This is a brutal killing. There is no difference between a person killing outside and a person killing within the womb. There is no difference. But as per the nature law, we will not be escaped. We have to pay for it. There will be reactions for that. So the government law should be in line with the scriptures. Otherwise, if you follow the law which is given by government, sometimes like these situations, we will still do mistakes and we will be punished. And we will have a karmic reactions for that. So that's why very strict rules are given in Vedas and we have to follow. Otherwise we will become a sinful people. We will be a sinful people. And there are yajnas which are performed as a karma kanda yajna. These karma kanda yajnas are performed for self-satisfaction, for my satisfaction. I want to be enjoying. I have to enjoy. For that purpose also yajnas will be performed. For example, Daksha yajna. Daksha also performed yajna. He has done externally to see, he has performed yajna for Vishnu. But यज्ञ में दक्षा शिवा को ऑफेंड किया है. अगर कोई यज्ञ विष्णु के लिए कर रहा है तो एक वैष्णव को ऑफेंड करता है क्या कोई? यज्ञ में एक वैष्णव को ऑफेंड कर रहा है मतलब वो यज्ञ विष्णु को प्रसन्न नहीं करेगा. दैट मीन्स दक्षा ने जो यज्ञ कर रहा है वो यज्ञ से भगवान सेटिस्फाई नहीं होगा क्योंकि he has offended Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Great devotee of Lord Krishna. That's why out of all Vaishnavas, topmost Vaishnava is Lord Shiva. Topmost Vaishnava is Lord Shiva. Vaishnavanam yatha Shambho, we call it as. Even if you say, if you go and ask Lord Shiva, whom are you meditating? He will say, I am meditating on Lord Vishnu. He will say, I am meditating on Lord Vishnu. He will always say Ramana. Lord Shiva always say Ramana in his meditation. Okay. So, that is the reason when Daksha was performing yajna, he invited Lord Brahma. He invited Lord Vishnu also. But he did not invite second time when he was doing. But he did not invite Lord Shiva. And he started the sacrifice. But for that sacrifice, Lord Vishnu also has not come. Lord Vishnu also was not happy with the yajna that Daksha was performing. That is the reason the yajna has become karma kanda. Whereas Pritha Maharaj has not done like that. Pritha Maharaj's yajna was to satisfy Lord Krishna, not as a karma kanda. He has done 100 Ashwamedha yajna. A person who does 100 Ashwamedha yajna is equal to Indra. And Indra was insecure when Pritha Maharaj was doing 100th yajna. He came as a Brahmana and he tried to stop the yajna which Pritha Maharaj was doing. Many times Indra tried to stop the Pritha Maharaj yajna. But Pritha Maharaj did not stop. Then continuously he is trying. He is creating obstacles in yajna. He has taken away the Ashwa which is used in the Ashwamedha yajna. He has taken away, he has stolen. So then Brahma came. Indra is not an ordinary guy. He will not give up. He does not want you to perform 100th Ashwamedha yajna. Because he is insecure, you may become Indra tomorrow. If you think that you are performing this yajna for becoming Indra, continue. If you think that you are not performing this yajna for becoming Indra, but you want to satisfy Lord, don't perform yajna. Brahma told to Pritha Maharaj. Then Pritha Maharaj immediately stopped yajna. We all know that performing yajna will satisfy Lord Vishnu, but as soon as yajna was stopped, Lord Vishnu appeared. He was happy, he was pleased. That was the proof that Pritha Maharaj was not performing karma kanda yajna, he was performing yajna for satisfying Lord Vishnu. That is the reason, even if the yajna was stopped, Lord Vishnu was pleased. For us, even if you perform yajna, Lord Vishnu will not be pleased. That is the kind of yajna that we do, because the yajna that is done with the Veda mantras, that is not perfect. There are no Brahmins who pronounce the Vedas just as it is. So the yajna is unsuccessful all the time. In this age of Kali, yajna is unsuccessful always. Yajna, the fire sacrifice with chanting the Veda hymns is not recommended in this age of Kali. What is the yajna which is recommended in the age of Kali? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So, Sankirtana yajna is the topmost yajna. You don't need to perform a fire sacrifice. You just chant the holy name of Lord. That itself is an yajna. That's the reason still today we are having the rains. There are a lot of devotees who are chanting the holy name and they are performing the yajna. That's the reason we all are having the rains. Otherwise we don't have rains. अकाल हो जाएगा, अकाल हो जाएगा. So सत्य युगा में meditation था. The process of satisfying Lord is meditation. In Treta Yuga, the process of satisfying Lord is yajna. In Dwapar Yuga, the process of satisfying Lord is temple worship, deity worship. In Kali Yuga, Sankirtana yajna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a verse which is the prediction about Kali Yuga. In Srimad Bhagavatam, prediction about Kali Yuga, in which it is mentioned, Yajnai Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Those who are intelligent in Kali Yuga, they will perform Sankirtana Yajna. They will perform Sankirtana Yajna. So if you are not performing Sankirtana Yajna and you are doing any pious activities which is not leading you to become karma free. So one has to perform Sankirtana Yajna, only then the karma free activities are possible. Otherwise we will be binded. So there is the verse number 16. It is talking about what if you don't perform yajna? What if you don't complete the cycle of yajna? Whatever it is mentioned here. The cycle of yajna, if you don't complete, what will happen? Krishna was telling in 16th verse. He tells, you are doing sin. You are incurring sinful reactions. That's the reason in the previous verse also, those who are offering me are not getting sin. Those who are not offering and eating, they are eating only sin, Krishna says. In the previous verse. Previous to this, today's verse. Means last week, Dinesh Prabhu has motivated all of us to offer to Krishna and eat. Otherwise we are eating sin, he said. Here Krishna also is telling again, stressing on that word, that you offer before taking anything. That's the reason we say not only food, we offer everything to Krishna. Everything to Krishna. And don't think that Krishna will take away whatever you offer. Krishna will not take away whatever you offer. Sudama has offered everything that he has. But Sudama has become much more poorer than what he was earlier. No, he has become rich. You offer little, Krishna will give you 1,000 times what you offer. 1,000 times what you offer. So the consciousness should be purified in a way that we are working for satisfying Krishna, then the work itself becomes yajna. If we are acting to satisfy Lord Krishna, the actions becomes yajna. Okay? So that's why in the previous verse 3.9, what Krishna was telling, work like yajna, yak like yajna. That means anything that you are doing, you do with the consciousness that you are satisfying Lord Krishna. Okay? So this is the essence of today's teachings from Lord Krishna. So anybody has any questions and comments, we will try to take. Thank you. Hare Krishna. No question? Okay, thank you very much. We'll end the session here. Hope I made sense for you all today. And let us take away something from today and try to adopt in our day-to-day life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo.